Hello everyone. Found a nice little spot here by my friend, the tree. I don't have a name for him yet, but we just met, so we'll figure it out. So let's talk a little bit about connecting to the Akashic Records and how it's done. So we need to start with the whole left brain, right brain paradigm. So many people are operating really from a left brain paradigm, and if you're familiar with the feminine and masculine aspects, your left brain is actually your masculine aspect, because through it you interpret logically, right? You're analyzing things, you're taking action from that interpretation. It's the rationalization of reality, really, and it's important, right? That's how we build things. That's how we have roads, how we have things like math. But it's, if you've ever heard, I'm sure you've heard, obviously, thinking outside the box. The paradox is that to think outside the box, to receive an idea different from the current paradigm of thinking that you may be in, you actually need to stop thinking. So the paradox is not to think at all, because even any scientist or inventor or people that have discovered things, they all claim to have received ideas when they weren't thinking, when they were actually on the break, they were in the shower, they were taking a meditative walk, they were focusing on something else, or rather not focusing on anything at all. And anyone that's really had any idea said they just received it just came to them, right? So that's where we get into the right brain thinking, using the right brain, which is our feminine aspect. Now, first of all, you may have noticed that the whole feminine aspect has been obviously suppressed for a very long time. And that is really because of this. Because our right brain, our creative aspect to ourselves, our method of receiving ideas is just that. It's like an antenna. It's literally what connects you to the records, everything that already exists. Because everything is already there. Everything that's been thought of has already been thought of, really. At least I think so. I don't really think we can create anything new. We're just accessing from a different dimension, even from God directly, and manifesting it, bringing it forth, right? It's a different expression of everything that already is. And to do that, we have to use our right brain, our feminine aspect, connecting to our emotional side, our feminine side, and letting go. That's why women, or people more inclined to their feminine nature, are have an easier time of just allowing, right? Receiving, not necessarily going forth and conquering or doing anything or taking any sort of action, but rather trusting completely in the universe, in God. And so if you imagine your brain like a computer, your left brain would be like the processor. It's interpreting all the information. And your right brain is what connects you to the internet, right? You can't take all the information and store it in your computer, because then you wouldn't have any memory left, and your head would explode. So you access it from something really that's still connected to you, but not directly in your own memory system, right? You don't need to have everything downloaded into you, because you would overheat. So you can access that whenever you please. And you do this by connecting to your feminine nature, connecting to your right brain. Now they're both equally important, because if we received all this information and had no idea how to interpret it, then what's the point, right? It's like I tell you, how to do calculus, or I give you all this calculus information, but you don't know what to do with it, you don't know what to make of it, or it's in a completely different language, then you're not gonna succeed at it, right? You're not gonna succeed with it at all. So I guess now the key would be to figure out how to really connect both hemispheres of the brain, because when you're really connected, when you're in tune, is when you have that balance. And that's why spirituality will tell you to balance out those two sides of the brain, because it's a very important, it's very important to have both aspects within you. And if you lack one aspect, you'll become imbalanced and in a sense traumatized, and it's an aspect that you'll need to heal and bring back to balance. Okay, so in order to really connect to that, this is for people that have mainly been operating from like a more scientific mindset that, oh, I need evidence, otherwise it's not true. And you'll see that with a lot. And these people, or even people that have been programmed religiously, can have this mindset as well, because they're just accepting the information that's been given to them, and they're interpreting it logically, and even though it may not make fully sense, they'll still accept it because they've interpreted it and it's how it is, and they think there's nothing else, so they're not accessing what else, other possibilities, right? They have tunnel vision. So to connect in terms of physical exercises, you can start doing things more with your left hand, your left foot, the left side of your body, because we know it's cross-wired. Left goes to the right side of your brain, right side goes to the left side of your brain, and that can really train you to create a higher connection between the two hemispheres, physically at least, and create more neurological pathways. But mainly from a spiritual aspect, especially if you're a man, you would want to connect more with your emotions. It's an emotional value that comes from this, because when you're in a state of that emotionality, that vulnerability, you're allowing, you are okay with whatever may happen. That's true courage. You're accepting that, okay, my heart is open. Anything can happen, right? Someone can hurt me, but I know I am that strong that even if someone hurts me, I will always recover, because love is pure, love is unconditional, love is powerful, right? So when you enter that deep state of allowance is when you open yourself up, right? You're not going to be able to receive any information if you're blocked. So you open up that channel, and not only will you connect to your Akashic records, but you'll connect to your higher self, your spirit guides, you'll develop your spiritual gifts, your psychic gifts, because you're opening yourself up to it. You're not scared, you're not operating in fear anymore. The logical mind likes to operate a lot more in the ego, proving things right, proving itself to be right, categorizing things, labeling things, identifying them, and creating that sense of separation, like, I am this mind, you are that mind. Let's see which one's better, in a sense. Let's interpret them, let's analyze the weaknesses, the strengths. But slowly, or actually even quicker than most, we're fading away from that. We're really leaving all that behind, because the third dimension is pretty much all action oriented, right? You may look at people like Tony Robbins or Gary Vee. They constantly push this idea that, oh, we need to take lots of action, and something will hit, right? You get lots of inspired action that can be good. Lots of inspired action, definitely good. You're inspired to do it, so go do it, right? The law of attraction has the word action in it. But really, it's a delicate balance, right? You get yourself ready emotionally, vibrationally, to receive something, to receive that higher information. Then you prepare yourself to allow it to happen. And then if you get that idea, you receive that idea from that information, then you go, do something. But rather than constantly believing you need to be doing something to receive an idea, see, that's backwards. And that'll only keep you stuck, right? So, may have been a little bit of a tangent there, but that's pretty much how I see connecting to Akashic Records. And even when I make videos like this or any other content on various other social medias, I don't force myself to do something every day. I do something when I'm inspired, when I had that feeling like, oh, I gotta share this. People need to know about this. This is incredible. I've acquired information about this. I've understood this. I've interpreted it through my left brain. but while receiving it from my right brain. And this, other people need to know about this. So I don't go out of my way to, do something every single day because the mind thinks it's so. Because that'll have you creating things you don't really care about, uninspired content, like things you're not passionate about. So just something to think about. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much how you connect to Akashic Records, how you connect to even higher self and spirit guides and pretty much everything beyond the 3D. So try it out, right? Get into that state of allowing. Focus more on your vibrational awareness, your emotional awareness, rather than trying to interpret everything logically. All right, so take care.